So I just finished Kai no Kiseki, and it was absolutely wild. After Daybreak 2, I didn't really know what to expect with Kai, but I can tell you I was definitely not expecting it to be in my top 3, and in my opinion the best Trails game since Azure. A welcome surprise to be sure. Falcom were really cooking with this one. Before kicking off with the review, this will be spoiler free. I know many people still haven't even played Daybreak 2 yet. Since I reviewed Final Fantasy XVI and East 10 on this channel, I figured I would do the same with Kai. And it will be with the same Holy Trinity reviewing system, which I use to critically score JRPGs. I'll talk about and then give a score out of 10 for the story, gameplay, and music, and then average it out for the final score of the game. I'm gonna start with the story. The story in Kai is a massive improvement over Daybreak 2. If you played Daybreak 2 and were discouraged from continuing the series, let me tell you, Kai will restore some hope back for you. Some of the twists, turns, and lore reveals are an absolute game changer for the series. There was a fair amount of controversy when Kai first released, with people being angry that Kai didn't answer any questions or move the plot forward. But I will respectfully disagree with those opinions. Since Kai uses the root system from Daybreak 2 and Reverie, the pacing is a bit stronger, but don't get it twisted with the 3 main character thing going on here. Reen and Kevin's roots are maybe only 40% of the game. Van Arkwright is very much so the main character of the game. Reen and Kevin's roots are more so supplementary material to the game, I would say. I can't talk too much about the story without spoiling anything, but I will say I enjoyed it a lot, and I am very much looking forward to Kai 2. The story had me so intrigued I even stopped doing the side quests when I was around 50 hours into the game, because I wanted to see what was happening so badly. The next time I play Kai, which will most likely be when it officially releases in English, is when I'll do those missing side quests. Anyways, I thought the story was great, although I will say for the people who have been very critical of the series in recent years, will probably complain about the same things they always do. Basically, I don't think this game will win over those people. But for those like myself who have still been enjoying the ride for the most part, will love it. I'm going to give the story in Kai a 9 out of 10. This game is massive for the series moving forward. Onwards to the gameplay. The gameplay in Kai is just simply fantastic. Falcom went above and beyond with this. The gameplay in Daybreak 2 was already great, so I don't think people would have minded if they just simply made some balance changes. But nope, they added Awakenings, ZOC, and brought back Brave Orders to the series. All of these new additions elevate the gameplay to a whole nother level, and I was having the time of my life playing it. I would say after Kai, Falcom might be pretty close to maxing out this gameplay system, which is pretty crazy. Oh yeah, they also changed what the perfect dodge prompt does, and it's way better. Now in Kai, when you hit the perfect dodge prompt, an ally near you will strike the enemy with a strong attack, instead of switching party members like in Daybreak 2. While all these changes are amazing, I feel like Falcom might have went about all of this a bit too fast. Some of the button combinations for this stuff is a bit awkward. The PlayStation controller only has so many buttons after all. Even a part in the story addresses this in a way. I love it when Falcom does that. I played the game on Nightmare difficulty, and this is the first Trails game since Azure to actually make me sweat against some boss battles. Now I know what some of you might say. Azure was easy on Nightmare, Evasion Tank Lloyd breaks the game. And to that I say, Evasion Tank Lloyd is for cowards. I'm still proud of myself today for beating the optional to win boss fights in Azure on Nightmare without the Evasion Tank strat. Anyways, there are quite a few very crazy boss fights in this game that I had a blast fighting. Since Cold Steel, barring a few bosses, I've been able to sit back and chill while pressing buttons. In Kai though, for some fights especially, I had to go back to the drawing board and do a little min-maxing, and I love that. What still remains from Daybreak 1 and 2, however, is some enemies' attacks being finicky and getting into annoying scenarios. But with the improved animations and movement, these scenarios are less frequent, which is nice. Overall, I give the gameplay in Kai no Kiseki a 9.5 out of 10. It's so close to being absolutely legendary. I think with just a few tweaks, we could be getting that apex in Kai 2. Moving on to the music. The overall soundtrack in Kai is the best we've had from Falcom in a long time. Now, I've certainly made it clear on this channel what I think about the quality of modern Falcom music, but I won't dive into those weeds here. Basically, the OST of Kai is massive, with over 100 songs, and Mitsuo Singa still has roughly the same amount of tracks that he does in other games, which results in an OST where we have much more input from Hayato Sanada, Shuntaro Koguchi, and Yukihiro Jindo, and thank God for that. My ears were really blessed this time around. And those three composers I just listed absolutely cooked up some fire in this game. In the modern era of Falcom music, this might be the closest we get to the Falcom music glory of the past. Overall, the OST was great, and I'm going to give the music in Kai an 8 out of 10. So, with a story score of 9 out of 10, a gameplay score of 9.5 out of 10, and a music score of 8 out of 10, the overall score averages out to an 8.8 out of 10. But 8.8 is a dumb number, so I'm rounding the bitch up to a 9 out of 10. There we have it. Kai no Kiseki is a 9 out of 10 game to me. It's phenomenal. Trails fans who are caught up to the series are in for a wild ride with Kai. Anyways, as per usual, if you have made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you around, have a good one, peace.